Welcome back, YouTube. A wonderful day today. What is that you say? Guess what? I'm in front. Guess who's behind? Get over here. Show them who's together.
We're finally back,
boys. Back on the same shift. We're going to enjoy ourselves today. But a few things in order of business. First business, like, subscribe, share. We're almost to the 100th subscriber. Once we get that 100 subscriber, what have we said? You come into the compound. That's what's going to happen. That's the first major business. Our second business, man, did we get hooked up while we were on our break. Jacob goes to a national convention for 911. Runs into nobody but 911, my911shop.com, and they hooked us up. You ain't gonna believe it, YouTube. Look at this wonderful cup they sent us. 911 Superman Hero with our headset. Look, yep, that looks just like my headset that I wear every day. I'm a 911 telecommunicator. What's your superhero? Not only that, they sent Jacob a silver one, bigger one. It's just a bright silver, branded stainless steel, beautiful cup. Next thing, they sent both of us. And you will see this quite often. It's quite awesome. But here it is, guys. Our 911 American flag, nothing but grill and apron. Just for these guys. And they sent us both Fat Boy 911 superhero power shirts. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, without further ado, on our first cook back, what are we going to be doing today, Jacob? You want to talk it?
We're going big.
We are going big.
We're going to
18, almost 19 pounds.
We touching the butt.
Boston butt. We be touching and rubbing the butts today. So, we're going to enjoy this. We've done got the egg fired up. Let's check the temperature here. We're at 265. Right where I want to be. I want to be between 250, 275 today. 19 pounds of pork almost. We're going to inject it. We're going to rub it. We're going to put it on the smoker. We're going to give it probably 10, 12 hours. A rest in the middle. At the end, we're going to pull it. We're going to roll with it, baby. We're going to feed a bunch of people. So what do you think, Jacob?
I'd say let's get this show started.
Let's get this show started. Let's get our apron on here. Once again, thanks to my911shop.com, they sent us the apron. We're going to put them to use. They sent us the shirts. We're going to put them to use. Jacob, you want mine? I'm still short little arms here. You want to come around and tie it for us?
Yeah, I'll tie it for you.
Show you can get a big guy in it.
You and your T-Rex arms.
Me and my T-Rex arms, as Jacob calls them.
There you go.
There we go. And you're going to say, what are we going to do with this butt today? We're going to shoot it with injection. A different kind of injection. Killer Hogs AP rub. Second layer, Killer Hogs the barbecue rub. Third layer is going to be a Heath Raw's honey layer. Gives it a sweet taste. We've got applewood in the smoker. We're going all out. So, our first line of business, we're going to inject this one. What are we going to inject it with? We're going to call, Heath Raw's has got this rub called Butter, Bath, and Wrap. He uses a lot of it for his pork ribs. It's good that way. I have found it's really good to inject as a pork butt injection. So how much we're going to use? This is a 19-pound butt. Well, between 19 pounds between the both of them. So what we're going to do, about 3/4 of this jar. I'm going to quarter this jar. We're going to get it in here. Break it up real good. Make sure we ain't got too many lumps. So when we start to mix it with apple juice, it'll be broke up real good and mix up real good.
Do the Macarena while you shake it.
I don't do Macarenas, Jacob. I'm a fat boy. We know how that goes. It's a kind of scary thought. Then we're just going to take plain old apple juice here. Get your store brand apple juice. Get your favorite apple juice. Pour this jar plumb full.
Leave a little room so when you shake it, it has to move.
Move around. See, there we go.
That mason jar is Jasper's sippy cup. He uses them at work all the time. We give him, what for?
I do use a mason jar sippy cup at work. I do have a half-gallon Yeti that I also use. But these mason jars make me get up just a little bit more and move around. And which is awesome. What we're doing, just shaking, getting these batter crystals from that rub all blended in with this apple juice. Man, it's glad to be back, YouTube, with my buddy Jacob. There's a couple videos out there that we still got to load it. It's one-on-one. And it is what it is, but we're glad we're back together and back on shift together, and we'll enjoy this. Here we go. We're going to load, probably going to get all of this bath inside these two butts. They're, like I said, they're about 19 pounds between the both of them. Bone in. We're going to inject these and rub them up. Make sure you let them set for about an hour after you. One thing I want to make sure y'all know is that I do have an injector here. It's just a Walmart brand injector. But what I did do right before I started was I rubbed the O-ring gasket here with a little bit of oil. Why, you ask? It helps slide in and out. Does it bind? It doesn't rip my gasket. I'm not running my injector here. If you use injections with rubs like I did that Heath Riles, you'll want to make sure that you got a big tip and go from there with it. Something else I forgot to put in it, and people's gonna think this is crazy, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it helps a little bit of flavor too. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the barbecue rub, and I'm gonna dump down in there too. It gives a little bit of inside flavor of the rubs that we use. So let's do another shake. Man, I do like this apron, Jacob.
Yeah, they're nice.
Everybody knows I usually wear this stuff. When I get done cooking, I have it all over me. Let's see, and then we're just gonna stick it in here. Pull my plunger up. I'm gonna have a hole. What I'm gonna do is just go in that side, and we'll do it on both sides here. Run out, just redo it. All that does is gives you some moisture throughout the cook too. And a lot of people are going to ask, well, I thought you put binders and stuff on them. Today we don't even gonna have to add a binder because this liquid that we got coming out here on top, it's gonna bind for us. So we won't need as much binder, because these juices are going to allow that binder to be, like I said, over here. We'll roll it over here. Inject this one up. Inject this side, just like you did the first side. Look, that juice is coming out. I'm gonna finish injecting them here. You see how we're doing them? Get this other one injected, and then we'll come back when we start to rub it. How's that, Jacob?
That sounds like a plan. We'll see you in a bit.
And we're back, you two. Let's down. We got both of these butts rubbed up. Apple juice coming out the backside here. They're nice and wet, so you won't need the binder. So let's start the rubbing process. My first layer, my go-to, gives us salt, pepper, garlic. Look at those pepper notes in there, Jacob. Quite a bit of pepper. Just a small light coat of this. We're gonna get this butch rubbed up. We'll do the first one. Let you see how we do the first one. Then we'll go back and do the second one off camera. You ask why there's cuts in the fat cap. That gets them rub all the way down inside of it here. Lets us create some more bark. Make sure you get your ends. There's that rub. Then we go to our next layer. We'll do the barbecue rub. Malcolm Reed's got some wonderful rubs. Heath Rawls has got some wonderful rubs. Use both of them quite a bit. Jacob, have I got a bunch of them in my drawer down here?
Got a drawer full of them.
Making sure to get my sides here, my back. Jacob's still using that frag out flavor he likes. I like the Killer Hogs and Heath Rawls here.
That honey chipotle from Frag Outs is my favorite.
We're gonna try the honey chipotle in another cook of Heath Rawls. See how they compare. So we got the tops from bottom rubbed, well, the tops and sides rubbed on this one. We're gonna flip it over. Make sure to get the bottom one. Get this flavor throughout. And like I said, we are doing flavor layers. You don't need to go as thick on all of them because your salt content, but these are large pieces of meat. It will hold the salt. What I'm gonna do is now rub it with the honey rub. Give that sweet layer on top of the Heath Rawls. My goal today is to go completely unwrapped. You've heard people say, do you wrap, do you not wrap? That's eyes of the beholder, we say.
I never wrap mine.
Some people never wrap. I've done it both ways. My goal today, I am going to have a water pan in the bottom of the egg. Some people says that step's not necessary in the egg. There's plenty of moisture. And they're right. However, I still like that apple juice. Adding a little bit of flavor. Like I said, we're going a sweeter mix here. These butts are being used for a Sunday school outing tomorrow at our church at Grace Baptist Church. If you need a church and live local. 2 services, one at 9, one at 11, and 9 o'clock is a more traditional service. Our 11 o'clock, we call it the gathering there. We call it the higher ground. It's a more of a contemporary. What we're going to do now, YouTube, it's wrapped up with the rubs there. We're going to come back here in a few minutes and we'll put them on, but I'm going to go out and wrap this second one. You'll see it when we go ready to put it on the smoker here. Put it on that egg. Alright, YouTube, both butts are rubbed. Both butts has got the AP rub. They both have the barbecue rub. They both have the honey rub. They've both been injected. Our very next step, we let it set, tack up a little bit. Guess where we're going? We're going to put these babies to sleep for a long time. We're going to put them down in this egg. Fat side up. Ours debate on, do you do fat side up? Do you do fat side down? In the egg, the heat rolls around, comes down on top of it. I'm protecting the meat a little bit with the fat side up. The juice of when that fat starts to render, it also is going to go down in that pork, and it's going to make it nice and moist, give us a good flavor. So without further ado, let's open the egg. You've not seen the egg in a while. Let's open the egg. There's our apple juice pan already in there. Here we go. First butt is on. Our second butt is on. So now what do? We got the smoke butt running. I've showed you the smoke butt before. I'll run over here and grab a temperature gauge. Make sure we don't get all our power cords crumpled up here. And make sure we don't burn anything. But here's our first one. Make sure, right there's the bone over here. So I'm gonna go down right here. There's that one. Here's our second. Once again, watching out for that bone. Get these butts where there's a little room in between them here. Make sure that probes ain't touching them. They will shrink up a little bit, so that'll be good. What am I going to do now? I ain't going to do anything for 4 hours. About 4 hours, we'll come back and look at it, see what it looks like. Maybe have to spritz. If we spritz, we're going to use the same butter bath injection that we shot up in it and injected it with, and go from there. YouTube, it's glad to be back with my buddy Jacob. Have a good day. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, YouTube, we're back again. We're getting ready to be, it's been 4 hours now. This is the first time we've opened this lid in 4 hours. Let's see what it looks like. I don't think it needs any spritzing yet. We're still pulling up. We're looking good, don't you think, Jacob?
I think we are.
We'll move this probe around here. So now we got it at 265 degrees, according to our app. Yeah, I've changed shirts. We're going to go take the little man to a birthday party. We're still flying high with the apron and the shirt from myshop911.com. But we'll be back here in a little bit. We're going to go to this party. As you know, we've got the smoke bot running. I can check the smoke bot from this party. adjust the temperature if I need to. I believe we're going to be fine. It's only a little over 115 degrees pork temperature at this time. It's only been 4 hours. We're looking anywhere from a 10 to 12 hour cook probably. So we're just going to let it ride. Bark still ain't formed completely because its temperature's not there on that pork yet. Or we're going to go and we'll see you back in a little bit. We might check it back when we get back from the party and see what it looks like. I don't think we're going to wrap. With the way it looks at 4 hours, I believe we'll be good with the non-wrap and go with the bark. Have a good crunchy bark on this one when we get done. What do you think, Jacob?
I think you're right.
I tend to see you back. We'll try another 4 hours. Okay, YouTube, we're back now with our pork butts. They've been going on for about 10 hours now. We're going to look at them here and see what they look like. I think this one's going to be about done. The second one will be close, but not quite yet. Let's look at it right here. You ready for this, Jacob?
Let's open her up.
Look at that bark. Let's take our magic read thermometer here. Let's see what we look like here. See if we're probe tender. It's still got a little, I don't know, it's pretty tender. Falling in.
I don't know, that looks like it's right there.
That bone right there is a problem. They're a little tighter.
You was right there on that bone again, weren't you?
I was right there, yeah. A little bit of toughness right there. Look at the juice coming out of that. Give it just a few more minutes. It'll be stiffened. Alright, YouTube. Alright, YouTube, we're back. This back one we was looking at just a few minutes ago is probing good and tender now. We're just going to take it off here. Put it in a pan. I'm going to show you, it's a little secret. Look at this butt bone. This blade bone, we call it the butt bone. It's called a blade bone. When it comes out clean and the whiteness of the calcium coming out, what's that tell you, Jacob?
It means it's done.
And that's clean. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour some apple juice down over top of it. We're going to let it rest for about an hour while the other one finishes off. And then we'll wrap it in aluminum foil. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, YouTube. Alright, YouTube. Here we are. It's Boston butt back, baby. Let's see what it looks like now. It's been resting for an hour. Let's see what it looks like. I believe it's ready to pull, don't you, Jacob?
I believe so.
Look at all this. Nice and tender. I probably should have put my apron on from my911shop.com. Look at this, just pulling apart. Look at the nice pink. That's part of a bone right there. Look at that, nice and pink. Pulling the shreds apart. Gloves make everything slick, guys. Can't get a hold of it. Shoo, that's hot. It's been resting for an hour, guys. It's pulling apart though. So what we're gonna do is let Jacob have him a sample, and then we'll finish pulling it. Jacob, come over here and give you a sample.
It's got a good flavor to it, Jasper. It's nice and wet.
Mm-hmm. We've still got the other one in the smoker there, don't we, Jacob?
Yeah. It's coming a little slower than the rest.
Every piece of meat's different. One cooked quicker. You seen both of these went on at the same time this morning. However, this one decided it wanted to be done a little earlier, which is fine. We don't do this to be in a hurry. Try some of this bark right here, Jacob.
The bark's good.
Oh no, Raylan. Look at this shred, just shredding apart one-handed. That's what you want, ain't it, Jacob?
Well, the Sunday school class is going to be happy tomorrow.
Yep.
I don't like it with the class.
It's fine, it's fine. So guys, as we finish this up, this pulled pork, let me tell you, we're 97 subscribers deep. I told you earlier today, at the 100 mark, we're gonna do the giveaway. So hopefully by the time this airs, we'll be at 100. Hit stop on my watch there, Jacob. Thank you. And in the next video you see, we'll figure out how to do a random drawing of our 100 subscribers. And we'll give away a cook at the compound. What does that take? Like, subscribe, share our videos, enjoy our videos, tell your friends about us, and help us out. And once again,
And turn on notifications.
yeah, don't forget to turn on your notifications. Little man had to remind me of that. That tells you every time we post something here at the Fat Boys BBQ, or Fat Guys. Turn those notifications on, it tells you when we post. Look at this. I might have to make me some pork nachos out of this before we take it over to the church tomorrow, y'all. Sneak me an extra bowl before they get set. Jacob was going to steal him a piece. Go ahead, Jacob.
I like the apple taste it's got.